Trekkies? Hi, so there is news. I've waited till like 10:35 so that I can make sure that everything gets put out, because occasionally, well, like, there's one thing that was posted at 10 p.m. yesterday. We have got 4 things, and they're gonna go in relative order of importance to me, because it's my video. They'll all be said. However, the Krenim Dreadnought, the Anorax, is coming back for its return through the Delta Alliance Duty Officer Pack. Just think of a larger version of the Krenim Science Vessel. I will put the thing below, Krenim Dreadnought promo, the actual blog for blog. This is a vlog, that's a blog. Basically, what you do is you open up a Delta Alliance Duty Officer Pack, but on top of opening that, you'll get a container. That container will have either 10 low-buy crystals or an anorak, in addition to the actual Duty Officer Pack. Does that make sense? So basically, they're taking a Duty Officer Pack, putting it in another box, and giving you a chance to have either low-buy or an anorax. So I may pick one up if I can afford it, because again, stipend, I'm not sure how much this thing costs. It has not said, but it will start this Thursday. So the 3rd, and it'll go all the way through the, well, 1, 2, 3, it'll go 3 weeks. Again, I'm putting this out there. I have a Decora I don't really give a crap about. If you want to round out a nice Ferengi set, because you have the Nandi, and you want to get, I don't know, I have a Decora. It's still in its box. At Dashrik, channel name, it's in Star Trek Online. Anyways, moving on to the next one. Also below, I'll put, just in case you haven't forgot, the Dreadnought stat things. I'll look for it here afterwards. Then there is the Skills Revamp FAQ. Now, I'm going to be a bit rude here. Some of these FAQs are like, this seems to be very indicative because they put out the, hey, we're going to revamp the skills. And then they put it out on the Tribble test server. And then like 3 days later, they put out the FAQ. And some of these somewhat seem like things players would ask, but the general bulk of them is like, really? How do you, like, I mean, there's the general question, like, why is the skill system receiving a revamp? It's a paragraph, but it's basically reiterating what the other one said. Will I be able to replicate my existing build? A proper concern. They're gonna do it really character, however they're gonna be really careful to make sure that 80 to 90% of the builds are, however, there are outlying skill people that have put points into skills that are like, not probably gonna be possible, because most of those strange skills don't work anymore. But mostly what's going to take a hit is the training manual system. Crew is going away. Did I bring that up before? Crew is going away. So whether your ship has like 50 crew or 2,000 crew, it doesn't matter anymore. Everything else that depended on crew, like hull regeneration rate, is just going to be buffed appropriately. Any items, traits that improved crew regeneration have been changed to hull regeneration. So your biofunction monitors. Also, the crew resistance, we changed to subsystem offline durations. So there's that. So if you're using like force fields, you're gonna have subsystem offline durations, which can be good. However, if you're not fighting a lot of things that do a lot of subsystem offline durations, you're probably gonna wanna switch out that console. Such as like crew regeneration, the biofunction monitor, or nurses, actually. That weird some nurse things give you 75% crew regeneration while still in combat. That's gonna be a hull regeneration, which can be good. I'll probably keep my nurse on just because I have nothing else to do. Part of the issue that I noticed about crew is the fact that like on my larger crew things, like the Resreth, I was having, like I would just drop, the crew would drop so damn fast because I didn't have force fields, and the biofunction monitor, I didn't put one of those on, and all I had was my little nurse, and the crew regeneration sucked because it was like 2,000 crew. I noticed the same thing on my kitty crate. So I'm glad crew's going away because I've never quite understood how it affects things. It used to affect how strong your team abilities were. Then they nixed that one. Now it's just hull regeneration. Actually, when you used to launch fighters, you used to lose crew. FYI, old guy here. Also, like the Talkir from it might still do it, but it's not going to after this. But like, you have like 500 crew on that thing. If the Talkir goes away, it loses you lose 25 crew. Well, the Talkir's out flying around. Yeah, and it's just like, I'm a science captain. Can I purchase tactical and/or engineering skills? Yes. Some of these are dumb, basic questions that they probably already had in. Like, they probably had half of this written. Nobody actually asked these questions. Or so many people ask these questions. If this went off, there are some dumb ones. They're dumb. But anyways, so moving on. to something, like I said, I usually say I don't want to talk about ARC because that's not really a Star Trek thing. However, this does impact Star Trek in the way that you're going to have a different launcher and it's going to have an updated layout, understandable. You're also going to have quests. Now, these quests are like log into ARC 8 consecutive days. That's fine. You get 350 experience for that when this is just a sample quest that I'm saying right here. 100 experience. Play L-Sword on 2 different days. I don't even know what L-Sword is, but judging by the picture, it looks anime and I'm not interested. But these quests can be, you know, like level 1, it shows here at the bottom, level 3, and this person is like 51 of 600. Your ARC points is 1200. Redeem now. What is ARC points? Well, that's the next blog. I mean, if you're curious about how the whole thing works, it'll probably be 4th link downstairs, down there, because it'll be the promo, then the Krenim actual science vessel, then the skill system FAQ, and then this one. However, if you really want to see how this whole thing works, you'll be able to redeem your points for Zen. Each level requires 600 experience and will reward you with 500 ARC points that can be transitioned into Zen and or other in-game currencies available for games on the ARC platform. Every time you gain it, so basically every time you gain a level, you get 500 ARC points. And ARC points are redeemable for, hell, I don't know. This isn't giving it, I mean, it says redeem your points 5,000, I think it's 1/10, but you have to get 5,000. So 5,000 ARC points will be 500 Zen. So it's gonna be a while, probably for, but you can redeem up to 30,000 ARC points for 3,000 Zen. So here's a way to gain Zen that doesn't really involve you farming up a bunch of dilithium, or you can do it on top of that if you have it. But launch ARC quests daily and receive your quests. Level up by completing these quests and earn ARC points. Redeem ARC points for your favorite game's currency. 3 quests available per day. 1 quest is replaceable per day. 500 ARC points are awarded for each level. You will be notified whenever you complete a quest. That's plain as that. So you have to gain 10 levels just for 500 Zen. You can do this, but I'm not sure what more. I don't think you can buy. I don't know how this whole thing is going to work. It's just going to be one of those things that I personally come across and I'm like, hey, look, I happen to have enough points. Sure, cash them in. It's sort of like my dilithium. I'm like, oh my god, I've got 300,000 refined dilithium. I better put some stuff into the fleet projects or buy some of those fighters I hadn't had in a while. Anyways, I will chat with you guys later. Like I said, this is all of it. There's a control F5 on the STO-News. Yep, no, it's just the Krenim Dreadnought promo. ARC 3.0, Crest Rewards. There's ARC Weekly. I never read ARC Weekly because that usually talks about a bunch of other games and maybe Star Trek Online. Skill Systems Revamp. Oh, let's quickly go over release notes in case there's anything decent. Wow. Oh, this is from like last Friday. Yeah, last Thursday, sorry. I was looking. The 25th in March is on a Friday. Basically, the frigates for your carriers have had an impulse ability, full impulse ability, so they can catch up with you. I don't know why the fighters haven't got it. They're like, maybe it's so that the frigates can catch up with you and the fighters aren't intended to. They don't like to like wrangle up pretty fast either. They need to kind of tweak with the recall. Not much else that seems a big deal. Endothermic inhibitor beam no longer increases damage to temporary hit points. Seems like a PvP thing. Mirror Universe outfits. Yeah, they're having clipping issues. Added the following search categories on the exchange: salvage technology, fleet ship modules, and ship upgrade tokens. So if you're wondering for that stuff, you don't have to type in salvage technology. You can just click salvage technology. I've been on. Like I said, this is old news. Most people probably know about this stuff. So that's that. I love this one. I read this one to Aaron and we're just like, resolved an issue that could cause certain special case Borg ships to spawn in undesired locations. And I'm just like, what, did one of the damn hot dog ships show up on Bajor ground? Like you just sitting there doing the little, oh, I need to figure out which frequency to contact Deep Space Nine. You just hot dog ship in the sky and you're like, well, I'm screwed or something. I was like, what does this mean? The implications of this very, very vague ideas. Anyways, chat with you guys next week, and I don't know what's coming up. Hopefully they'll have some stuff out about 11.5, but, you know, they said spring, which could be April, May. Bye.